Hello, I am Agatheis and I'm online, and welcome to the game of Hand of Fate. This is a game that came out in 2015 by Defiant Development, and the sequel has recently come out as well, Hand of Fate 2. I thought that before we did a playthrough of Hand of Fate 2, it would be appropriate to do a playthrough of Hand of Fate 1. Ah, that's better. Yes, welcome to Hand of Fate, a deck-building, role-playing, exploratory, survival, fantasy kind of game. It's hard to describe, so we'll push straight in with it. I'll narrate it as much as I can as we go. Let's see what the introduction looks like.
One more for the game. Come. Sit. You have passed the 13 gates, and you come to my table to play the game of life and death. Your stake is waiting.
This guy looks familiar.
I refuse none who come here, yet I say, turn back.
Yes, this is the dealer. This gentleman here with his deck of cards. He is the opponent that we are going to be playing against today. Or maybe he is us. We're not really sure. Let's click ahead.
The game begins. One lives and one dies. Let us see what you are made of. Here is the first member of my court, the Jack of Dust. 12 in all must fall before you may challenge me.
The Jack of Dust. The bandit leader is stronger and faster than most bandits encountered. He can become enraged, making powerful, unblockable attacks. He also inspires his followers to steal gold on each hit. In the sands of an ancient temple, among the eternally shifting sand dunes, lives the mysterious leader of the desert bandits. Infamous for his reign of terror over any spice caravans that dare take their chances travelling through his domain. He rules as a king over the barren lands. This game has awesome music.
Let the cards fall where they may. We begin.
So this is our map. The dealer has laid cards down on the table, and we control this little playing piece here in gold. And we move north, south, east, west as appropriate. The only card that we can move to is this one directly to the north of us. So this will be one move.
Fair Merith. I'm not surprised to find that this encounter remains vivid in your memories.
The Maiden. And the dealer refers to this as one of our memories. So something that we have done before. Something we have encountered in order to get to this point. It's not entirely clear. Maybe that will be teased out of the plot line as we go. One day, in a shady forest, you encounter an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. I am Merith of the Forest Folk. My people have long helped the mortals of this realm. What boon would you ask of me? We can ask for longer life, we can ask for supplies, or we can ask for gold. We're at full health right now, and we have 19 food, which should be enough to see us through the adventure. So, strange as it might seem, we'll ask for gold. Merith seems surprised. It is unlike an adventurer to beg for coin, but very well, if that is your wish. The dealer draws us 3 gold gain cards. 25 gold.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
15 gold. 25 gold. That takes our gold total up to 75, which sounds pretty good. The greatest of magical artifacts were forged long ago and have only limited usage before their power is spent. Use them wisely, and they may guide you to victory. Farewell, mortal. Thank you, Merith. So that was the first encounter card, and each space that we move to will have a new encounter for us. There's no point going back, but we can move forward to the north or to the east. We'll go east. Mr. Lionel.
I was never a fan of illusion or pretense. Here, I'll make an exception.
Okay. Whilst enjoying your evening meal at the local tavern, a strange old man takes the seat next to yours. He taps your shoulder quite painfully with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin, poorly disguised as a human. His wizened face grins at you with a hint of madness. My name is Mr. Lionel. If you give me what I need, boy, I will conjure up your heart's desire with this wizarding wand of my own creation. He cackles uncontrollably for a few moments, then sits patiently waiting for your answer. We can give him the bread from our plate, give him 20 gold, ask him what he needs, or ignore the goblin. Let's ask him what he needs. Need? I need to help you! Mr. Lionel taps his staff on the ground, and a shield materializes at your feet. There you go, old bean! He smiles a warm grin that reveals all his chipped and yellowed teeth. Your face reminds me of my son. I haven't met you before, have I? And we draw one equipment card. Shield. Shields have a couple of different properties. They have reflect. So shields with this trait allow the hero to reflect projectiles back at the attacker. We'll see this when we get to the combat section. This must be performed with precise timing as the projectile draws near. Press the right mouse button to reflect projectiles. Look for the green indicator above the hero's head. Again, we'll come back to this later. Counter. Weapons with this trait allow the hero to counter their foes' attacks. Look for the green attack indicators above foes. Press the right mouse button to counter. Thank you for the shield.
You can now reflect your opponent's ranged attacks using your shield. Make good use of this skill if you wish to survive.
Then, before you can stop him, with inhuman speed, he snatches a pickled onion off your plate and sprints out the tavern door. Well, that was Mr. Lionel, everyone. Let's move on to the next encounter to the north. Twisted Canyon.
That first moment, that glinting weapon, the call to action, to adventure. Truly, there is nothing like it.
You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. The walls of the canyon are covered with thick vines, perfect for climbing. We have a choice to climb down to retrieve the weapon or just leave it. And being the adventuring sort that we are, and probably pretty greedy for some free loot, we'll climb down and retrieve it. We get shown these 4 cards. One is a failure, the other 3
Choose from
are
these
success.
options.
We have to choose one of the cards which we think is a success, and I'm going to go for this one. A success! Very carefully, you make your way to the bottom of the canyon. Now, if you're wondering what happened there, the cards were shuffled, and you as the player have to keep track of where the good cards and the bad cards are by watching the cards as they move. It is not random, they are actually shuffled, so if you can follow the path of the card, if you've got good eyes and a high FPS on your computer screen, you will see where the cards actually move to. and you can choose the correct one. You retrieve the weapon from the ancient corpse. Draw 1 equipment card. Axe. Damage of 25, and we can attack with the left mouse button. We already have a rusty axe with damage 20, which we can now replace.
A moment to savor. That will make you much more effective.
I hope so. Now the final encounter card on this map. Stairs.
Bound once more, seeking the heart of it all.
So taking this encounter will take us down to the next level of the dungeon of the adventure, I suppose. You have discovered the exit to this area. Take the stairs or turn back. I think we will take the stairs. You embark upon the next leg of your adventure.
You're on the final floor of our simple map. Your opponent waits here for you. Find him. If you defeat me, well, it is early to be talking about victories and losses. Let us see what you're made of.
The subtitles are a little bit out of sync with the dealer, but they're still okay. So we are now on the second level. Let's see what we find here. Dead Man's Gorge.
I'm sure it's not called Dead Man's Gorge without reason.
Sure. While crossing the ancient rope bridges of Dead Man's Gorge, you hear sounds of movement from below. It's an ambush! Draw 1 monster card. The Two of Dust. What is this then? These monster cards are the number cards in the deck. And it looks like 2 bandits of some sort. 2 guys with swords.
You can now counter your opponent's attacks. Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator.
This is the combat section of the game. We can move around using WASD. We can attack using, in this case, left mouse button, counter with the right mouse button, and I've got stun set to middle mouse button and dodging on space. So I'll show you basically how this works. So we can run around. That's fairly self-explanatory. And when you press the attack button, your character attacks the nearest enemy. Like so. If the green indicator appears, you can counter. So here, counter, and give him a whack. Or you can run away. You can also dodge, which is making a forward roll. So this would be pretty easy, except the camera has a habit of changing position quite often, which is not always what you want. But we can run up to these guys, hit them, counter, hit them again, counter. Oh, no. One's down, and that one, oh, in the gut, and he goes down. You recover what you can from the dead. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards. Armory, draw 1 equipment. An explorer's helmet.
A small aid to navigation, but still.
Reveals stair encounters upon entering the level, and grants a gold bonus for revealing every encounter on a level. So really useful when you're doing long missions, long adventures with lots of levels. We'll take that. Gain 3 food, handy. Takes us up to 18, and gain 3 more food. That should take us to 21. Now, if you're wondering what health and food are for, well, if I had been wounded, every time you move, you heal 5 health. And every time you move, you use up 1 food as well. So watch now. -1 food.
What did you think would happen with a card called Ambush, eh?
I'm sure he'll tell us. A slight rustling behind you is all the warning you get that your life is in grave danger. Draw 1 monster card. 3 of dust. So, 3 more bandits, I'm guessing? Let's see. We appear out of the card. There's our helmet. We put it on. Here's our shield. And there's our axe. And we're about to face 3 bandits. Let's go. Whack, whack, whack. Counter. And whack. Counter him, counter him. It's sometimes hard to tell the game which one you want to attack. It seems to be random a lot of the time. Just the closest one. Oh, there we go. So it's also sometimes hard to tell when they're dead. He's got a nice conquistador type hat now. While searching the area for anything worth salvaging, you realise that one of your opponents is only pretending to be dead. We can sneak up and kill them, or flee. Sneaking up and kill them, I think, sounds better. So here's a gamble. 3 successes, 1 failure. Which one is the failure? I think that's the failure, but this one I think is a success. Yes. A quick weapon blow to the head fixes that. You finish searching the area. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards. Draw 1 equipment. A spare axe.
A peasant's weapon, but effective nonetheless.
Well, there's no point in equipping it. We'll just keep it as a spare.
Really? Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, it is. 3 food. And 3 more food. So you can see that we're moving through these encounters. Eventually, we are going to encounter the Jack of Dust. Travelling Mage. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a travelling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Mages sell only specific items that they've discovered in faraway lands. Their prices can be high, but they also pay well for anything that catches their interest. We will approach the shop. Greetings, wise traveller. I have much to offer you.
If you were wondering why you've been collecting all that gold, you now have your answer.
Sounds good.
We're starting to get into the meat of the game now. The back and forth between resources and rewards.
We can buy items, sell items, or buy food. Looking at buy food, mages don't sell much food. You can buy 1 food for 6 gold, which is not a good deal. We can sell items. We could possibly sell the spare axe. So let's sell that axe for 5 gold. We've still got those 3. The cards also often have symbols on things which will help you out. I forget what this actually means, to be honest. It means something. Buy items. Well, we can buy the dragon ring.
The key to success is specialization. The more specific the intention, the more channeled the power, and the more dramatic is the result.
The dragon ring. While all dragon relics are equipped, receive plus 50% max health and full healing after every combat. Well, we don't have any other dragon relics, so this is probably not very much use to us right now. We can get Hearn's Antlers. Lizardmen
Let the lizardmen beware.
double damage from the player's attacks. That could be handy, but I don't think we're going to get any lizard men on this level because there's only one encounter left. So we'll skip this one too. Damocles.
A classical approach to dealing with crowds.
During combat, press a button to throw knives in 8 cardinal directions. Okay, we'll consider that one. And alchemical silver.
A wonderful creation, forged of alchemical processes, but given permanent shape. I know of nothing like it.
Press a button to attack faster with each successful strike. The longer your combo, the more explosive the reaction. Now these last two are artifacts. They have a number on them, which is the number of uses they have left. Damocles has 9, the alchemical silver has 8. We can only equip one at a time. I'm going to try Damocles out.
A knife for all, and mercy for none.
We'll buy that.
Artifacts provide powerful special abilities to use in combat, but it takes time to ready them.
We can show one of these off in the next combat. There's nothing else I really want to buy. There's nothing else I want to sell. I don't need to buy food, so let's leave and move on. Jack of Dust.
You have reached my first champion. A good man, driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron I forge my tools. Now we see your metal.
Jack of Dust. The bandit leader is stronger and faster than most bandits encountered. He can become enraged, making powerful, unblockable attacks. He also inspires his followers to steal gold on each hit. In the ruins of an ancient temple among the eternally shifting sand dunes lives the mysterious leader of the Desert Bandits. Infamous for his reign of terror over any spice caravans that dare take their chances travelling through his domain, he rules as a king over the barren lands. Presumably except for the actual king of Dust, who is going to be his boss. But still.
This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Some cards have a symbol down here, which means they have a token. As you progress through the game, if you defeat an encounter correctly, which is usually in the best way or a very specific way, you will unlock the token. These are the tokens here floating around. They will unlock more cards for future adventures. You'll get the idea. Combat time. Here he is. Big guy with a big sword. And he's got some friends. 4 bandits. Let's see if we can
Some
take those.
enemy attacks cannot be blocked or countered. Get out of the way or stop them with your own counterattack.
Let's see if we can get rid of the mooks first, shall we? And wow, there's Damocles. The 8 knives that go off. And you can see Damocles on the bottom right as it recharges. I think it's recharged now already. So I'll do it again. There you go. And now it's recharging again in yellow. Let's give this guy a couple of whacks. Counter this guy. Dodge out of the way. And a few more attacks. Dodge. Oh, I got hit. I lost some health there. One more hit with Damocles, I think. Oh, that killed the mooks. Excellent. Right, come on then. Whack, 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 whack. Dodge. Oh no. Dodge the wrong way. You seem to dodge whichever you're facing, which is not always the best way. See, he's tried to dodge forwards there. Dodge forwards. If I press dodge again, I dodge that way. If I'm actually facing him... Oh, there we go! He's down! There we go. Jack of Dust is defeated.
Down into the worms with him. Perhaps
Harsh.
there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul. One champion has been sent to the cabinet. Yet we are only at the start of our road. You will face 11 more opponents who will test your strength, your memories, and your resolve. Few fall at the first hurdle. None reach the last. We have wagered, and you have won. You may claim your rewards, yet I will also claim mine. As you improve, so do I. Balance must be retained.
As he says. As a reward for defeating the Bandit Jack, you receive these new cards. Jack of Skulls, Dead King's Hall, Local Peasant, Devil's Choice, River, Captain of the Guards. I'll explain what these do probably in the next episode. As a reward for defeating the Bandit Jack, you receive these new cards. These are all equipment cards. They're red, they've got swords on the back, that means they're equipment. Medium Armor, Chains of Rage, Mercenary Contract, Medium Armor again, Fortitude's Breath, Desperate Measures. Finally, for defeating my Bandit Jack, I will give you new challenges. Bandit Attack.
Shall we deal again?
And there we go. That is the end of our first adventure in Hand of Fate. I will be playing this game with all of the DLC, all of the free DLC, and also the Wildcards expansion. So expect to see that as well. And we'll set that up in the first new mission after this one. We're going to play through all of the adventures, and I will continue playing until every single card in this game is unlocked. You can have a look at it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'll be back for more adventures in Hand of Fate. I am Agatheis. I'm going offline, and I will see you next time.